Welcome to the 411 podcast. I'm here with your president-elect and my co-host, Sam Olson.
And I'm here with your president and my co-host, Garrett Lepire. And Garrett, we just wrapped up a couple weeks ago one of your big initiatives.
One of our big initiatives, which was the E3 Summit, and more importantly, offering education for free to our membership. So not just at E3, but throughout the year, you can come take any one of our CE classes, minus the commercial symposium, the property management symposium,
Post-licensing.
and post-licensing. So outside of those, it's all free. All you got to do is register online. If you don't show up, they will charge $25 to your account. So if you register, please make sure that you show up.
We split that $25, by the way.
No,
we don't.
It doesn't go very far.
Yeah, no. Not anymore.
But we had our big event.
Mm-hmm.
How'd it go?
That was a lift, man. I'm not going to lie. That was to take one of our core departments and one of our core competencies as the association and reimagine it into something better was a tremendous lift.
Yep.
It took the buy-in of our budget and finance committee. It took the buy-in of our instructor committee, which started last year while you were still president-elect. It took the buy-in of
Education Review,
our board of directors. It was a tremendous lift.
Yep.
And it came out really well.
I agree.
I'm not going to lie, because we also sent out a survey. Because what we want to do as the board, what we want to do as those four committees, doesn't really matter if it's not resonating with our members. And so, how many people did we have?
We averaged 300 people per class. It was our biggest event that we've done here at SNR. And by all standards we can find, it's the biggest educational event in all of Nevada for realtors.
Mm-hmm. We had 300 people per class. We had 6 classes across 3 days. That's 300 breakfasts each day. That's 300 lunches each day. That's instructors, all with brand new education.
Yep.
So that's the thing about E3 is if you just go to E3 and do all 3 days, you don't ever have to do another CE class.
It's true.
Because it'll satisfy your entire requirement as a licensee. Brokers, PMs, you're going to have a little bit more to do, but that's okay.
Yep. 18 plus 18 equals 36, and there's your renewal hours that you need.
It's almost like we thought it through.
It is. We're good at math. We're realtors. But being able to bring people together for one big event for a networking opportunity, to get to know your colleagues, and more importantly, to come take classes that we had never taught. And in the middle day, we did something a little bit different than what we've done before, too.
Yeah.
What'd we do?
We had panels. We had panels with CE credit, which was also another heavy lift with the state to make sure that those got approved. But what we did is we brought in people from the cities and municipalities and counties that we serve to talk about growth issues that we're having. Lots of folks are talking right now about, I believe they call it the Northeast Connector.
Correct.
And that's how do we connect in Washoe County, our primary residential area, which is Reno Sparks, with our primary employment center that's not on 80.
Yep.
And so evaluating the 4 different ways that we could actually move 20, 30, 40,000 people out into Story County and back every single day. And I've always been a huge proponent of the railroad.
Yep.
Until I found out how much it was going to cost. That's hands down the most expensive way. It was billions of dollars.
A lot of money.
Everything else was just hundreds of millions. So we had that panel. We had a top producer panel where we brought in members from our societies, institutes, and councils and had just a deep dive in how you can elevate your business. All of it was amazing. And I was there all day, every single day, being, chair of the instructors committee as well. Wanted to make sure that this came off incredibly well. And I just want to say that our staff worked so incredibly hard. Your association staff worked so incredibly hard to make this come off without a hitch. And I have some survey results here. I think it came off without a hitch.
I would agree with that. And I want to echo your sentiments on the staff. The staff went above and beyond to put together this event. Again, it was the biggest that we've done in our history. So there's a lot of stuff that we maybe weren't quite dialed in on that we're working on getting dialed in on. We're going to talk about some of the feedback that we got from the survey we sent, but the staff worked so hard to make this event go, and to have over 300 of our members show up for every single class was absolutely heartwarming. So if you were there, thank you for that. I appreciate it. If you weren't, Don't miss out. Next year, we're going to do this again. It's going to be bigger and better.
Yep, I've already got the notes going.
Love it.
We're already starting the planning of what E3 27 looks like.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we sent out a survey. We asked, what'd you like? What would you change? And give us your feedback. What were some of the stuff that we heard?
Well, most shocking to me, 90% of the people who attended said that they would come back next year.
90%. It's pretty good.
That's a pretty, like, when you have 300 people in a room, if you can get 90% of them to say that you did a good job, that's a win. That's hands down a win. I think that's better than any politician has ever done. So,
and think about that in your own business here in real estate. If I get a 90% or a 90% return rate on my clients that I've helped, I got a good, healthy business going.
Yep. Top producer there. And, you know, the feedback that we got is absolutely amazing. Like, so there, it goes down to how can we adjust the breakfasts a little bit? And there are some costs involved with all of this as we figure out how this operates. But so we're taking it all. They're all right here. All the survey results are right here. And we're diving in. Garrett and I and all of our committees are diving in to make sure that your voice is heard. Because how you felt in the audience is more important than how we felt patting ourselves on the back for pulling it off.
Without a doubt.
And so there are great class suggestions in here. There's things down to layout suggestions.
Yep.
I am hearing you want hot breakfast, and I got some news for you. It takes place in a casino. You can go get your own hot breakfast because this event was not cheap.
No, it was not. And those are part of the things of how do we hit a hot breakfast and still stay within budget? Tough to do. But we appreciate the feedback. We 100%. Want that feedback. And maybe we can figure out a way to make something like that happen. But without the feedback, we don't know.
Exactly. One of the most interesting forms of feedback that we got was, how do we structure the breaks? Because 6 hours of CE is an intense day.
It is.
So how do we structure the breaks around there? And I'm like, well, we have to follow the timed outline that we've provided the state, but we write the timed outline. We craft these classes for this event, so we can craft them around more intentional breaks. So again, that feedback heard. How do we adjust vendor alley? What do we add? What do we take away? Yep. I am so grateful for everybody who took the 3 minutes to fill out this survey. And there are some folks who spent significantly longer than that based on the length of this feedback. What are we doing right? What are we not doing right? That's your commitment, I know, to the members. That's my commitment that I'll have in 2027 to the members, is how do we best serve you as an association? And I think E3 was absolutely rock star.
Completely agree. Yeah, to be able to offer CE classes in a panel format. And again, we'll get some of the timing down a little bit better. We'll get some of the break situation figured out a little bit better. But to me, rather than sitting in a 3-hour class, and not that they're boring, but it's repetitive. And you've done this for a long time. You've sat in a lot of those classes. So to see a panel discussion where I got CE credit for it, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. A couple of the comments that I saw that I'm full on board with. We need Red Bull or some sort of energy drink in the afternoon. We definitely need that. We'll figure that out. We'll get some Celsius. We'll get some Red Bull. That I think we can get figured out.
Keep you fueled.
Exactly
keep
right.
You fueled and ending strong on these things. So I just want to say, thank you for your vision, your trust in all of the committees that help bring this through, your trust in the staff, your trust in me, your trust in our amazing educators to pull this off as a massive member benefit. So we've taken our core competency and leveled it up for all of our members.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Education is the biggest thing you can do and help yourself, help your clients, help your future self. The more you know, why do people hire a realtor? You've probably heard this 10 times on this podcast already, but they hire you for what's in your head. And if I can go get educated and level up that way, I'm going to have more in my head that people are going to want to hire me for. That's the whole point behind education. And when we can get rid of that barrier, the cost to come do it, that should make that accessible for every single one of our members to come participate.
Hands down, the best education I think that's offered in our marketplace at the best price. I mean, we're not going to pay you to do it, but the investment that you make in yourself and in your knowledge base only appreciates. You own it free and clear, so no one can ever take it away from you. Yep. And you can multiply it through your clients. Yep. And so I don't know how to follow that up, except I do like all the ones that say we need a cocktail hour. We need a cocktail hour. Like, yeah, we need a cocktail hour, but it can't be during class because there could be a state auditor there.
This is true. This is true.
Yep.
So, but thank you guys for showing up. Keep it on your radar for May of 2027. We'll do that again. We'll get the details out way ahead of time. And Sam, I can't wait to see what you do with this event next year.
Well, I am all about it. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to build on your vision, and we're going to continue to provide amazing levels of service to all of our members.
Love it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.